Alrighty, hello and welcome everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you today, and I hope you're doing well where and whenever this practice finds you. So today our practice is all about honoring our new moon in Leo that is current and on everyone's mind and lips right now. Today, our ritual is going to guide us through a Yin Yoga practice, so very soothing, especially for the emotional and energetic body. And then also we'll end with a really deep Yoga Nidra meditation practice. So Yoga Nidra really works to help get you in a state that is super relaxed so that we can sort of plant little seeds of intention in that deeply relaxed state. And all of this today is centered around this theme of finding and creating your own joy. Right? Because our new moon in Leo is all about this playful, joyous, fiery energy. So our Yin Yoga practice is actually going to be centered all around the solar plexus chakra, very energizing. Well, not energizing because it's Yin Yoga, but focused around the power of your energy. And then our Yoga Nidra practice is going to guide us into a little bit of inner child work and finding that deep connected joy from within. So whenever you're ready, we're going to meet in a child's pose on your yoga mat. So draw your knees out as wide as your mat, draw your big toes together, and begin to lengthen yourself down. Extend the arms up overhead, and then as you're ready, you can relax the forehead down onto the mat. Good, and we meet ourselves here, arriving into our bodies, into our breath. And just start by taking a few deep rounds of inhales and exhales. And this is the moment where we let our mind and our breath catch up with the body. So allow yourself some space to release everything that's happened earlier in your day today. And allow yourself space to just be here. See if you can soften the muscles around your face. Softening your shoulders onto your back. Softening the hips further down towards the floor. And take 2 more deep, full breaths here. And then inhale, start to slowly engage through the hands. Lift your gaze, lift your hips. We'll come to a tabletop position here. Knees under your hips, palms under your shoulders. Now for puppy pose, we want to keep the hips above the knees to start and walk your hands towards the top of your mat. As you extend into the arms, maybe reach the hips back just slightly so you can drop your forehead towards the mat. And if the forehead doesn't quite reach, then you can place a block, a book, or maybe a thick pillow underneath the forehead. So settling down into your puppy pose, start to soften the space around your heart. And maybe start to connect with some of the energies, some of the emotions that are floating around your heart space in this moment. Begin to tap into the emotional body here. How are you feeling today? Take 3 more clearing breaths into this space. Releasing any emotional attachment or connections here. Coming back to that inner self, the quiet, the still, the clear beyond all the clouds of emotions. And begin to press into the palms. Lift your gaze and slowly lift up out of the shoulders. Walk the palms back towards you, shoulders over wrists. And if you'd like, you can take a quick cat pose. So puffing the back body up towards the sky, round the shoulders. Release the chin. And then neutralize the spine. Go ahead and walk your hands back towards the front of your mat and lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. We'll meet here in a Sphinx pose. So draw the elbows towards the ribs. Let the hands splay out long in front of you. And then broaden across your heart. So draw your shoulders onto your back body. If it feels okay for you here, you can drop the chin in towards the chest. Softening the back of the neck. And begin to breathe into the low back here. So our new moon in Leo is all about this creativity, this play, right? Allowing our inner child to come out, taking our passions and our joys to the center stage of our life. So take a moment here with your breath and ask yourself, what brings me pure happiness? What situations bring me the most joy? And let the answer come naturally. You don't have to go searching, looking for an answer if it's not there right away. Just lean into the quiet and see what comes up. And take 2 more breaths here. And to release, bring the palms underneath the shoulders and slowly lower yourself down to the mat. You can take one cheek to the floor, maybe releasing the hands down by your sides if you like. Let the shoulders round. And take a moment with your breath. And then bring the forehead back down to the mat, palms under the shoulders. Gently press yourself back to your tabletop position here. Now for this next pose, you might want to grab a blanket and place it underneath your knees if you have some tenderness in the knees. Alternatively, you could fold over your yoga mat so that you have some more cushion beneath the kneecaps. Whenever you're supported, come back to your tabletop position. And then we're going to bring the right foot forward in between the 2 hands. So coming into a low lunge position here. You can tent the fingertips and dip down into the hips if that feels okay. But find the place of stretch for you. So if that means you need to back up out of the hips a little bit, if that feels good, and your hip flexors and that back left thigh, then stay here. But if you know you have a bit more space, go ahead and dip the hips down towards the floor. You can bring the hands flat to the floor, or maybe tented fingertips, or even blocks or books underneath your hands if you'd like to lift up a bit more. And wherever you end up, give yourself time to take the shape that best works for you, and then find your stillness there. Knowing we won't spend too terribly long here in this pose, just 2 minutes. But see if anywhere in that 2 minutes you can find a little bit of softness. So maybe that's drawing the chin in towards the chest, releasing in the back of the neck, the backs of the shoulders. Maybe it's allowing the hips to fall a bit closer to the earth. Maybe it's as simple as softening the jaw, the forehead, and the brows. Find your softness, find your breath here. Slowly start to draw the hips back over the knee. Release the right foot back to meet the left. Take a moment in your tabletop pose or any other release that feels good to you. Maybe a child's pose for a breath or two. Maybe a downward facing dog. Honor your space, your energy, your body. Do what feels good for you. And then inhale, lift yourself back up. Meet in tabletop pose whenever you're ready. And then we'll draw the left leg forward this time. So bring the feet in between the hands. Again, dipping down into the hips if that feels good for you, or pressing back and out a little bit. Find the space that feels comfortable, the position of the hands that feels comfortable, and settle in. So one other lesson from our new moon in Leo here is to notice in any areas of our life where we may be being too serious. Where in your life, where in this pose, can you loosen up just a little bit? Especially those of us that are creatives, those of us that are business owners, we put so much effort and so much heart into the things that we do. That's such a beautiful thing. But sometimes we need to step away just a little bit and leave space. Leave space for fun, play, space for creativity just for the sake of it. Where can we prioritize play and fun and love and life? Where can we loosen up just a little bit? And let's take one more full breath here. And exhale, slowly begin to back up out of your hips. Draw the left knee back to meet the right. Bring your knees up towards the center of your mat and let's come back to sit on our heels in Virasana pose. You can relax the hands into the lap. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Soften the chin down and in towards the chest. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. In this space here, if it comes to you, we can find an intention for our new moon. Maybe asking ourselves where in our lives we can prioritize more play, more fun, more joy. Maybe asking ourselves how we can let our passions show up more regularly in our day-to-day life. Take a moment to just communicate with your heart space here, finding an intention that fits well with you today. Good. Take one more breath. And then softly open up your eyes. Good. Release the hands down. Bring the feet to cross and come out in front of you. You can turn to the long edge of your mat. We're going to set up for a half butterfly pose. So extend the right leg out long and bring the left sole of the foot in towards the thigh. Use your hands to help you gently open up your chest towards the right. A little bit of a twist here and sit up nice and tall, lengthening through the spine. As you exhale, start to hinge from your hips. Reach your heart towards your knee. Reach the crown of your head towards your toes. If you need to keep a soft bend in the knee to make this more comfortable for you, that's perfect. Find the position that works for you here and then soften around it. So release your hands with the palms facing up towards the ceiling. And then if it feels okay, round the spine and tuck the chin in a little bit towards the chest. If you ever feel any pinching, any uncomfortability in the low back, then sit yourself back up and lengthen into the spine, keeping it nice and straight. And soften yourself around your shape, your pose here, your fullest expression. Bring your awareness back to your breath if you notice yourself wandering off into the mind. Allow yourself to notice how you're feeling in your body through your breath in this moment. And flip the palms back down to the floor. Softly press yourself back up, drawing shoulders over hips. Allow yourself to reset, sitting up nice and tall. Draw the right foot in to find a comfortable seated position. You can relax the hands down onto the knees. Just take a breath here. And then allow yourself to switch sides. So shift the weight over to the right so you can extend the left leg fully. Bring the right foot in towards your left thigh. And again, gently twist the self open to the left. Sit up nice and tall. Root down through your sitting bones evenly. And exhale, begin to walk yourself down into your half butterfly here. Find the version that works for you, lifting the palms open towards the ceiling, allowing yourself that full surrender here. And when it comes to finding joy, sometimes this element of surrender is so pertinent but so forgotten. Right? In a digital world where we're constantly told that our worth is attached to our productivity, to our ability to do and to create, the ability to let ourselves have fun, let ourselves just be, takes a lot of surrender. And as we continue to move through these practices that are much slower, if you ever find it hard or agitating to the mind to be slow and to be still, maybe you find some strength in that word, that idea, to surrender, to just allow yourself to be. Gently flip the palms back down to the floor. And as you're ready, begin to press yourself back up. Shift your weight so that you're even down the midline of your mat. Bring both knees up to the sky, feet on the floor. Bring your hands back behind you, fingertips facing towards your sitting bones. We're going to come into a reverse tabletop pose. So as you press into the palms, press into your heels and lift your hips up off of the mat. Just extend the knees forward. Extend back through the crown of your head. If it feels okay, you can drop into the neck a bit. Take a few breaths, opening up the front body here. One more. Good, then softly release. Hips down. Legs can come back into an easy pose. Release the hands onto the knees. Good, now turn to face the long edge of your mat here. And now turning just your chest towards the right, go ahead and bring your knees to stack, one on top of the other as you face towards the right. Now from here, you'll slide your right leg back so that it's resting by itself on the mat. So you kind of end up with this zigzag shape in the legs a little bit. This is sort of a variation on pigeon pose as a yin version of a hip opener. So with your legs staggered, press into the palms and open the chest up towards the front of your mat. You're going to walk down into the hands as much as it feels comfortable, releasing down onto the elbows and the forearms. You might have it in you to lay all the way down, maybe stacking the palms and resting the forehead down on your mat. And if you're somewhere in between, you can bring a block to support you under your hands, or maybe a pillow. Wherever you are, soften in, especially to that left hip. And allow yourself to settle in here. Surrendering to the present moment and all your experiences here. And take one more full deep breath in, letting it go. Press yourself up through your elbows and up through the palms to lift your chest. Back up out of that left hip slowly. You should feel a nice, good release there. And then shift yourself slowly to the opposite side. So shift the weight onto your right hip. And then this time you'll turn towards the right with the left leg staggered back behind you. Open yourself up using your hands towards the front or back of your mat, whichever way you're facing now. Sit up nice and tall. And then exhale. Slowly lower. And then again, bring yourself to a position that feels comfortable for you here. Feeling that bit of compression in the right hip. And letting your breath guide you into some softness around this pose. Allowing yourself 2 more breaths here. And then inhaling to slowly lift. Bring the hands and the shoulders back underneath you. Press away from the ground. And release. Come back to a seated easy pose. If you need any other intuitive releases for yourself, maybe some windshield wipers would feel good. Knees in towards the chest. Do whatever feels good. And then whenever you're ready, we'll meet down laying on your back with knees in towards your chest, feet up off of the floor. Good. Allow your knees to open up to frame your torso. And just take a gentle rock back and forth here. Massaging your low back into the mat. You can stay here or take this to happy baby if you like, lifting the feet up towards the ceiling, grabbing for the big toes or maybe the ankles. Just allowing some final bits of space around the groin, the hips. And release your hold, bringing your feet back down to the floor gently. And as you're ready, extending into both legs, letting them stretch out long on the mat in front of you, and releasing down into your Shavasana. Now it is from our Shavasana that we will bridge into our Yoga Nidra practice, so use any and all support that you would like here. So maybe a blanket over top of the body, maybe your favorite eye pillow. Allow yourself to get as comfortable as physically possible here in your Shavasana. As you settle into your stillness here, allow yourself to take one more deep, full inhale breath and let it go. Allow yourself this space to listen to the silence. Allow yourself this space to feel into your inner body. And let your breath remain natural. Allowing it to guide you, helping you find space, helping you find presence. Helping you to relax fully into your body. As I begin calling out pieces and parts of the body, I'd like you to bring your awareness, bring your focus to that part of your body. And then as you bring your awareness to that part of your body, I would like you to relax and soften that part of your body. You don't have to think about it too much. Usually just the act of bringing your awareness to your body can help you relax. So beginning at the crown of the head, allowing the top of the head to soften and relax. Allowing the skin across your forehead to soften and relax. Allowing your eyebrows and your temples to soften and relax. Allowing your eyes and their sockets to soften and relax. The bridge and the tip of your nose can soften and relax. And the muscles of your cheeks can soften and relax. The earlobes can soften and relax. And the nape of your neck can soften and relax. The lips and the tongue soften and relax. And your jaw can soften and relax. Moving down the front of your chin, across the front of your neck, allow yourself to soften and relax. Now moving into the chest, the heart space. Connect your breath to your heart and see if you can soften and relax around this space a bit. Moving over into the right shoulder. Allow the shoulder blade to soften and relax. Allow the right collarbone to soften and relax. The right bicep, the right elbow, the right forearm, and the right palm all soften and relax. The right thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, and fifth finger all soften and relax. The whole right arm can soften and relax. Drawing the awareness now back to your heart. Moving over into the left shoulder. Letting the left shoulder blade soften and relax. letting the left collarbone soften and relax, letting the socket, the bicep, the elbow, and the left forearm can all soften and relax. The left palm, the left thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, and fourth finger all soften and relax. The entire left arm can soften and relax. Draw your awareness back to your heart, this time moving down into the ribs, letting the front of your ribs soften and relax, letting your waist soften and relax. Let the back body soften and relax. Then let the entire torso soften and relax. Moving into the right hip, letting the right glute soften and relax. The right hip joint can soften and relax. The right thigh, knee, calf, and ankle can all soften and relax. Top of the right foot and sole of the right foot can soften and relax. The big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe all soften and relax. The whole right leg can soften and relax. Moving over into the left hip, allowing the left glute and the left hip socket to soften and relax. The left thigh, knee, calf, and ankle can all soften and relax. Top of the foot and sole of the left foot soften and relax. The big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe all soften and relax. Let the whole left leg soften and relax. Now let the whole of your physical body soften and relax. The whole physical body softens and relaxes. Now let your awareness come back to the rhythm of your breath, moving steadily in and out of the chest. As we move through our visualization together, if you ever find yourself wandering, you can bring yourself back to your anchor, your breath, and my voice. Now connecting here with your third eye chakra, the space right between the eyebrows. I'd like you to connect and visualize your inner child. See yourself on the back of your eyelids. Notice your smile, your warmth, your radiance, and your joy. Connect to yourself here through a moment, a memory that you have where, as a child, you experienced pure joy and bliss. Allow yourself space if the memory doesn't come right away. But begin to put yourself in this memory. Begin to visualize. What did you see in this moment as a child? What did you hear in this moment of joy, this moment of bliss? What sensations, what feelings were there for you in this moment as a child? What could you physically touch in this moment? What could you smell in this moment of joy and bliss? And what could you taste in this moment of joy and bliss? Now, staying in this moment, staying in this bliss, this happiness, this carefree joy of your childhood, add yourself, your current self, your adult self to this moment. Can you see your inner child and your current self in this moment together? Can you see the two of you playing, laughing, and smiling together? Allow yourself to lean into the sensations here. Allow yourself to feel this moment fully as if it were happening to you right now. Now take these feelings, take this sensation, take this warmth in your heart, and give yourself permission. You in this moment, in your regular day-to-day life, in your routines, and your work, and your spouse, and your job, give yourself permission to prioritize this level of joy and happiness in your everyday life. Give yourself permission here to release all of the fear and rejection and hurt that you've accumulated over the years. If you need to, if you feel some of that pain and heaviness and hurt rising to the surface here, as you exhale, imagine that it could all sink through the bottom of your body and into the floor beneath you. And as you release the fear and the pain and the hurt, come back to that vision of your inner child. And imagine that in this moment, through your adult self, you could give that inner child a hug. Let them know that they are loved and they are important and that you will prioritize and take care of them moving forward. Releasing your visuals, coming back to your breath. And now as you're done releasing the fear and the darkness, the depth into the floor, I'd like you to imagine your physical body as light as a feather. Feel as if you lying on the floor could lift up and float away. Feel this immense sense of lightness, of breath, of joy, and of ease. Now through your breath, allow yourself to ground back down into your body. and slowly begin to find some movement. At first, just subtle wiggles of the toes and the fingers. Maybe finding some gentle rolls of the ankles, the wrists. Allowing yourself maybe one final big long stretch up overhead if you would like. Taking your time to very slowly, as you're ready, roll over to one side and only reemerge when you're ready. Thank you for your practice here. Thank you for honoring yourself and your joy, and in turn sharing that with the rest of the world. Namaste.